What is the best pack to summon from between the Dialga and Palkia packs from the Space-Time Smackdown booster set? Well, in today's video, I'm going to break down both packs and I'm going to give you my best analysis as to what pack you should be summoning for depending on what you're trying to build and what you're trying to get. So let's hop right onto the video. All right, so first off, we're going to take a look at the Palkia pack and we're going to take a look at the exclusive cards. Now, this pack, if you're trying to summon for nature or grass cards, I would not even bother because the cards here are pretty damn trash when it comes to that particular element. Now, where it starts to shine, it's fire. So we have Magmar, Magmortar, and the Infernape line, which are both really, really good lines. And then we have the water cards, which are really freaking good. Not only do you have Palkia, but you also have Manaphy and Glaceon in here. And all three of these are pretty damn good. Palkia and Manaphy being pretty much the crown water cards from this particular pack. And they're pretty damn good. Now, for Psychic, we don't really have much. Giratina is kind of eh. Mismagius is kind of all right. Not the greatest, but not too good. And Cresselia is not too good either. If you're looking for something in the fighting archetype, the cards in here aren't really that good. Rhyperior and Hippowdon are just very weird, uncomfortable cards. Not only do they take a while to build up, but on top of that, they have very heavy retreat costs, and they just take too much to do damage. They need too much energy, so they're not good. When it comes to the dark cards now, I will say there's not a lot. We have 3 cards in here, right? But we do have Weavile and Spiritomb. Now, both of these cards are actually pretty good, but is it enough to actually go for this, pack if you're trying to get yourself dark cards? I would probably say no. I do think that Weavile and Spiritomb are both really good, but we are going to get a dark type outbreak where we're going to be able to get Weavile if we get lucky. So you guys got to kind of, average that out. Now, after that, we have the normal and metal typing. Now, the metal typing is kind of like, it's not too good in here. There's really not too many options. But for the normal typing, we have a ton of cards in here that might be quite interesting. Now, I'm not saying these are the greatest cards. Licky Licky is kind of a fun card. You're going to be able to hit pretty damn hard, but it is kind of like a gimmicky card. You have Porygon Z, which once again, another gimmicky card. Staravia and Staraptor are actually quite interesting, but not too great. And then we have the Garchomp line. We're all big fans of Garchomp. We think Garchomp is really good. Another dragon that's going to allow us to build pretty much our cards in our decks when it comes to the dragon archetype pretty damn good. So if you're looking to build yourself a dragon deck around Garchomp, this is where you're going to want to go. And in here, you do get cards like Cynthia that help Garchomp even more. And you do have the Rocky Helmet, Lumberry, and Cyrus. Now, Cyrus is going to be an absolute beast of a card. I'm telling you right now, most people are going to run Cyrus. I'm telling you right now, you guys are going to see a lot of Cyrus. So for that, there's a lot of value in this deck. And you have Mars in here as well, which is an improved version of the red card. So this might bring the red card back. But overall, I do think that this deck really shines in things like fire, water, dragon, and maybe even normal. And then obviously you got Cyrus, Cynthia, Rocky Helmet, and Mars that are also going to be pretty damn good cards. So that's where this particular deck really shines. Now let's move on over to Dialga. All right, now we're in the Dialga pack, and I gotta say, there's some pretty good cards when it comes to the grass archetype. Over here, we have Yanmega, which is a very freaking good card, I'm telling you right now. It is grass, but it has normal energy for its attack, so you can slot this in pretty much onto any deck and it's going to be able to hit for 120. It's a stage 1 and it only requires 3 energy, so this is a really freaking good card. You have Leafeon and Shaman in here as well. Now, Leafeon and Shaman are kind of interesting cards. They're nothing too crazy, but they could be pretty fun if you play them right. But Yanmega is really what shines when it comes to the grass archetype, but there are more options in here than in Palkia. For water, there is no options. You have Mamoswine. So if you're looking for water cards, this pack ain't it. Now, when it comes to electric, we have a lot of cards here that are actually pretty good. And you'd be like, what do you mean a lot of cards? There's not even that many, but every one of them is really good. You have the brand new Electabuzz with Electivire that are going to be pretty damn nice. And then you have Luxray, which is very, very good for the electric archetype. And Pachirisu EX, which is another very nice, interesting card. Very low cost for its attack. And considering that tools are going to be everywhere now, this is going to be pretty easy to start hitting relatively hard with 120 HP. So not bad at all. Now, on here you have the psychic cards, and nothing in here is too crazy. You have the brand new Ralts and Kirlia, which are going to go really well with Gallade, actually. And you do have Dusknoir, which is going to be quite interesting. And I'm going to see a lot of people building this character just to test out. Now, he might not be a meta card. He might not be around meta decks, but I feel that if played right, and depending on how his ability truly fully works, he could be a game-changing card, but I don't know if he's going to be meta. So these cards, when it comes to the psychic typing, aren't really that crazy when it comes to this particular typing on this deck, on this pack, I mean. Now, we have the fighting cards, and in here we have some really solid options. This pack is really good for fighting cards, and here you have Cranidos and Rampardos. Rampardos is a crazy card. Yes, it is a fossil and it's kind of sketchy, but it's able to deal 130 damage on 1 energy. That's really freaking good. It has 150 HP and it's not an EX. So this card is going to be quite crazy, and even if you do take heavy recoil from that head smash, you're still going to be able to take out a lot of big threats, or at least leave them pissing blood. So this is a really good card. We also have Lucario in here, which is pretty much coach, put me in coach type of card, giving your other fighting cards 20 more damage on their attacks, and it could be from the bench. So this is a very good card. And then we have the brand new EX fighting Pokemon Gallade, which is very good. 170 HP is going to make it so it can tank a lot of Pokemon. And then it has Energized Blade, which is pretty much like an Alakazam. It hits for 70. With the Lucario, you can hit for base 90. And then you can power it up with its ability, giving it 20 more damage for your opponent's Pokemon's energy. So overall, pretty damn good. Then we have the Dark type. And this is another very good typing in this particular booster, because you have Honchkrow, which is good, you have Skuntank, you have Toxicroak, and of course you have Darkrai. And Darkrai, I'm telling you right now, is going to be meta. Darkrai is actually pretty damn insane. Toxicroak is also really good. Skuntank can also be pretty damn good. So when it comes to the Dark type, this is the deck you want to go. If you want to build around Darkrai, this is the deck. And even though you probably want Weavile and you might have to split around, Darkrai is still going to be a staple for most Dark decks, seeing as he's so freaking good. 140 HP, Dark Prism and its ability, allowing him to deal damage from the bench as you build him up. Really good. Then we have some metal cards over here, but the ones that really shine is Dialga EX with its insane ability to support Metallic Turbo and its attack heavy impact. Overall, a really good card. We have the GOAT Bidoof with Super Fang in the normal typing, which is pretty interesting. I think this is going to be pretty funny to see what Bidoof can actually do with its ability Super Fang. I'm going to have a lot of fun trolling people with this card. Apart from that, we have the Pokemon Communications, which is going to be a pretty damn good card. It's going to allow people to search certain decks if you've managed your Pokemons right. You have Giant Cape, you have Dawn in here, and Volkner, which goes really well with those new electric typing cards. So I do think that this is where this pack particularly shines. I would say Dark types, Fighting types, Electric types, and Grass types. So personally, I'm going in the Dialga pack. I just think the Dialga pack has everything that I would want right now to start building around, right? We have the brand new electric cards that are going to allow me to build some really good electric decks. You have the Yanmega, Leafeon Shaman, which is going to be pretty nice to build some grass decks. You have the Dusknoir, which is going to be interesting if you happen to pull him. You have the new fighting cards in Rampardos, Lucario, and Gallade, which are going to improve already existing fighting decks or flat out allow you to make brand new fighting decks. You have the brand new dark cards, and we've been needing some really good dark cards, so getting Darkrai in there, Toxicroak is going to be really damn good. I'm really excited for those. And then you have Dialga that's going to enable so many cards out there. Dialga is going to enable so many cards, allowing you to do so much work. So I'm really excited for Dialga with Mew and such. We have Pokemon Communications and Giant Cape, as well as Dawn, and I do think Dawn is going to be a really freaking good card. It's going to be really strong. And Volkner, once again, powering up those electric types. So that's really it when it comes to these cards and where they shine. But I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a summary that I have over here so you guys have a general idea as to what you should do. So if you're trying to summon for fire, water, dragon, or colorless cards, go in the Palkia card. In here, you can get cards like Infernape, Magmortar, Palkia, Manaphy, Glaceon, the Garchomp line, and a bunch of colorless cards, right? Now, if you're trying to get grass, electric, fighting, or steel cards, go in the Dialga pack, because you're going to be able to get Yanmega, Leafeon, Luxray, Pachirisu, Electrowire. You're going to be able to get Lucario, Rampardos, Gallade, Dialga, and there's just a lot of cards that are really good, not counting the trainer cards and the accessories or tools and all that good stuff. Now, you are going to have to dip into both packs if you're trying to get certain cards. Like, for example, for dark types, you're going to have to split because Darkright's in Dialga and Weavile is in Palkia. Both packs offer decent to mid-tier supports for Psychic, Steel, and the tools. You're going to have to go for both. Make sure you're using your Wonder Picks because they're a little bit of all over the place. But yeah, guys, that's probably going to be it. I did a little bit of a breakdown on the cards, what you should be going for depending on what you want. And then you just choose depending on what cards you want, what you're missing, or what you want to build. Me personally, I'm going on Dialga because I really want Darkrai. I really want to build some of the cards in here. But don't get me wrong, I still want some of the cards from Palkia. I really want to get cards like Infernape, Darkrai, Weavile, and considering that they're all over the place in these two packs, I'm going to have to summon on both. But I'm going to start off with Dialga. Let me know in the comment section below what pack you're going to be summoning on, and that's going to be it for this video. If you've enjoyed it, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.